Hi everyone, I'm Severin Scott. My background is in biology and environmental studies. I graduated from the University of Pittsburgh and came straight here after finishing my undergrad. And my interest in urban ecology, I think, stems from just a larger interest in ecology overall, which was something I focused on in my biology studies, doing a lot of population biology, um, elective type work. So my concept map here for urban nature. Um, First, I looked at people, which I think is an underappreciated part of nature in general, but obviously hugely present in urban nature as members of the urban ecosystem that have a huge influence over the ecosystem itself. And I think that influence definitely is affected by the density of people within that ecosystem in an urban environment. Also, the infrastructure, human-made infrastructure, which includes above ground buildings, subsurface so utilities and transportation, and navigation as well, which includes bridges and any type of roadways and infrastructure that allows for people to get from one place to another. Also, flora that exist within urban environments that can be natural, which is either um, vegetation that was unchanged before, you know, settlement somewhere, or flora that's been planted, whether it's along sidewalks or people have on top of roofs or within private residences. Also, natural features such as the topography, so the sort of the physical landscape, how it's shaped, and how that changes the ecosystem itself, how that shapes the ecosystem. The geology, so what type of minerals and rocks and surface uh, the surface of the ecosystem is composed of, that can sort of shape how and how the built environment is affected and the non-human environment is constructed. And waterways, which is a big thing, because a lot of human settlements are set up either along coastlines or riverways due to, originally at least, the ability to ship and transport people and goods. And this also sort of coalesces with the ideas of watersheds and being, that runoff from urban environments and the waste that comes goes somewhere specifically. Also, a big part of urban nature is climate, and I think that the human response to that specific climate, because we have a really narrow range of temperatures that we like to exist in. So I think that that changes, especially really dense urban environments, when we artificially heat and cool, which can allow sometimes for uh, sort of an artificial environment for other species that like those temperatures and uh, humidity and other environmental externalities to sort of be limited to how we are able to set them and scale them. Green spaces are also, I think, a big part of the urban nature that we sort of set aside to create a specified and designated area that is natural and unhuman, supposed to be undeveloped at least, and some of it can be set aside pieces of land that were never um, were never developed in the first place, or they can be created from planted trees on, like I said, on large scale, or something like in New York City, if you have, rooftop garden type area, which also creates green space. And then native fauna, which can be transient or resident, transient being on some urban spaces, animals that might be traveling from a non-urban space to another that might be passing through, or resident populations that actually have adapted to and permanently live in the urban environment. Thanks.